This is the Dinar Daily, bringing you a truly historic moment in the world of global finance that has the potential to redefine the economic future of a nation. We are talking about the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and their recent pivotal decision concerning Iraq and its currency. The dinar, the IMF has formally endorsed Iraq's proposed exchange rate framework, a move that is far more significant than a routine financial announcement. It represents a critical turning point and could very well signal the commencement of a new, prosperous era for the Iraqi economy. For countless years, Iraq has grappled with an array of complex and deep-seated economic challenges, ranging from persistent political instability to the damaging effects of currency devaluation. These issues have directly impacted the lives of millions of its citizens, severely diminishing their purchasing power and making everyday life a persistent struggle. However, with this formal approval from the world's most influential financial body, Iraq is now poised to re-enter the international financial arena with an unprecedented level of credibility, stability, and renewed confidence. The nation is effectively shedding the historical baggage of its economic past and setting the stage for a dramatic shift in global perception. Our aim today is to take you beyond the simple headline, to delve into the intricate backstory of this monumental decision, and to dissect precisely what this IMF endorsement means on a practical level. We will explore the direct implications for the average Iraqi citizen, for keen international investors, and for businesses operating both within Iraq's borders and across the wider global market. This is an update that truly touches upon the core dynamics of global economic health and local prosperity. The decisive IMF meeting that culminated in this historic approval was a major global event, bringing together delegates from all 190 member countries to deliberate on the path forward. Over the course of several days of intense scrutiny and detailed presentation, Iraq's finance minister presented a thorough and comprehensive report documenting the country's recent economic advancements and commitment to reform. This detailed presentation strategically emphasized several crucial areas that demonstrated measurable progress. Key among these were the rigorous and successful efforts to stabilize the national currency, the substantial and encouraging growth observed in the nation's foreign exchange reserves, and the proactive, measurable steps taken to effectively combat rampant inflation and ensure the stability of the long-troubled banking sector. The esteemed IMF board members did not rush their judgment. They conducted an exhaustive and meticulous analysis of all these presented developments. They carefully weighed the spectrum of remaining risks against the potential opportunities before finally reaching their unanimous decision to grant the approval. By formally endorsing the proposed dinar exchange rate framework, the IMF has publicly and officially acknowledged the substantial progress Iraq has made in bringing stability and structure to its often fragile financial system. This powerful international recognition is absolutely paramount. It does far more than just signal confidence from the world community. It actively works to unlock new, significant pathways for increased foreign direct investment, opens the door to more favorable trade arrangements, and importantly, ensures Iraq can access essential emergency financial assistance should future unforeseen economic challenges unexpectedly arise for the people of Iraq. This development transcends mere statistics and financial jargon. It is a profound symbol of hope, measurable progress, and a solid foundation upon which to build a long-term, sustainable economic recovery. For many decades, the Iraqi dinar struggled significantly to establish and maintain a credible standing within highly competitive international markets. A damaging combination of persistent political instability, periods of severe economic mismanagement, and the devastating conflicts that followed the 2003 invasion led directly to a dramatic and persistent devaluation of the currency. This devaluation severely hampered Iraq's capability to fully and confidently engage in the lucrative global trade system, causing a major bottleneck in economic growth. Ordinary Iraqi citizens have historically borne the most severe consequences of these compounding challenges, witnessing a continuous decline in their purchasing power, which made the basic necessities of everyday life increasingly difficult to afford. The new IMF approval represents a fundamental turning point precisely because it acts as an undeniable international signal that Iraq's entire economic structure is now moving purposefully in a positive and constructive direction. Financial institutions and banks around the globe will now feel significantly more willing and secure in processing and handling transactions involving the Iraqi currency. This willingness provides a massive, immediate benefit to both Iraqi businesses and individual citizens by giving them new, unfettered access to the global financial system. This newfound global banking access is expected to yield multiple immediate benefits, including a measurable reduction in transactional costs and a dramatic increase in overall economic confidence, both domestically and internationally. Furthermore, this international stamp of approval is highly likely to attract a wave of foreign companies and investors who are actively seeking stable, yet emerging markets with clear growth potential. The journey from the depths of a prolonged economic crisis to a position of sustained recovery is, without question, a long and arduous one. Yet this specific decision by the IMF marks what can only be described as a genuinely significant milestone on that very path. An event that will be looked back upon as the moment things began to decisively change. Many are now asking, what were the specific, concrete actions and reforms that ultimately led to this historic and favorable IMF decision? Over the last half-decade, Iraq has dedicated substantial effort and political will to implementing a series of major, often difficult, reforms explicitly designed to stabilize and modernize its national economy. A large part of this focused effort was directed towards comprehensive banking reforms, which were aimed at significantly enhancing transparency, increasing accountability across the financial sector, and rigorously bolstering anti-money laundering (AML) protocols. These essential changes were vital in bringing the Iraqi financial system closer to globally recognized international standards, a key requirement for IMF approval. Simultaneously, the nation's central bank introduced much stricter controls over the sensitive currency auction processes, a deliberate and necessary action intended to reduce past instances of corruption and widespread mismanagement that had plagued the system. In parallel to these internal financial overhauls, the Iraqi government diligently worked on a vital, long-term strategy to diversify its revenue streams, aiming to reduce its historically crippling dependence on volatile oil exports. This initiative has seen impressive success, evidenced by an impressive 40% increase in non-oil revenue, largely achieved through the implementation of new, efficient tax collection systems and enhanced financial infrastructure. Furthermore, significant investments in modern technology and vital infrastructure projects were strategically made to modernize the entire financial system, making it substantially more efficient, reliable, and secure for all users. The sum total of these consistent, multifaceted reform efforts culminated powerfully in the IMF's recent approval. This decision signals to the world that Iraq is not merely offering vague promises of future change. It is demonstrably producing measurable results that tangibly enhance the country's economic stability and lay a robust foundation for enduring, sustainable growth. The international community now sees a clear commitment to a long-term economic strategy. So, what does this pivotal IMF approval translate to in real, tangible terms for the everyday people of Iraq? The most immediate practical consequence is the official international recognition of Iraq's serious and successful efforts to stabilize its national currency. This crucial approval instantly makes it simpler and more secure for Iraqi commercial banks to fully engage in the vast and complex international financial markets, a dynamic that immediately opens the country to both foreign investments and increased trade opportunities. Businesses that previously found it almost impossible to transact with global partners due to high friction and distrust can now operate with a greater degree of confidence and ease, which will naturally lead to reduced operating costs and improved profit margins over time. For individual citizens, the anticipated benefits are varied and significant. They can look forward to potentially more stable prices for essential imported goods, better and more accessible options for obtaining loans, and overall improvements in the quality and range of available financial services. Furthermore, Iraqi families who regularly send money abroad or receive crucial international transfers are likely to benefit from significantly lower transaction fees and much faster processing times. It is crucial to manage expectations. The IMF approval is not a miraculous instant remedy for all of Iraq's existing economic challenges. Rather, it is a vital, foundational step that sets the entire stage for gradual, compounding improvements that will ultimately touch and improve the lives of everyday Iraqis in profoundly meaningful ways. Enhancing their economic security. A key technical element of the approved framework is the introduction of a managed float system for the Iraqi dinar. This system is a sophisticated balance designed for the modern global economy. In essence, it permits the currency's value to fluctuate naturally within a predefined, carefully controlled range, while simultaneously granting the central bank the critical authority to intervene strategically when necessary. This intervention power is used specifically to prevent any sudden, extreme volatility or sudden shocks to the currency's value. This mechanism is a thoughtful blend of market-driven adjustments and the essential need for systemic stability, providing a crucial layer of protection for an economy in the recovery phase. The new framework also incorporates a commitment to quarterly reviews by the IMF to ensure that Iraq maintains its adherence to the agreed-upon standards and keeps its reform momentum. By consistently maintaining sufficient foreign currency reserves, continuing the implementation of crucial banking sector reforms, and vigorously pursuing all anti-corruption measures, Iraq can secure ongoing, essential financial and technical support from the IMF. The structured system offers a perfect equilibrium of operational flexibility and vital international oversight, a combination that is absolutely critical for any economy emerging from decades of protracted instability and conflict. It reassures sophisticated international investors while simultaneously holding the government accountable for the nation's financial health. It is important and necessary to acknowledge that there are still valid criticisms and concerns that have been raised in response to this approval. One of the most frequently cited concerns is Iraq's enduring and heavy reliance on the global price of oil, which is known for its dramatic and unpredictable fluctuations, directly impacting government revenue and the stability of the budget. While this remains a genuine and important concern, Iraq has already taken significant, deliberate steps to actively diversify its national economy. This includes notable and promising investments in the agriculture, manufacturing, and technology sectors. These non-oil sectors are showing slow but steady promise and hold the key to gradually reducing the country's deep dependence on hydrocarbon exports over the long term. Ongoing security challenges in certain specific regions of the country also continue to pose a persistent risk to economic development and investor confidence. However, the very fact of the IMF's approval suggests that the overall assessment of the country's stability has reached a globally acceptable level. Major international financial institutions, such as the IMF, do not take decisions of this magnitude lightly or hastily. They conduct comprehensive, exhaustive assessments of both the political and economic risks before ever granting such a critical endorsement. This implies that, despite the remaining challenges, Iraq has successfully demonstrated sufficient progress, resolve, and resilience to ultimately earn the IMF's highly coveted confidence. To truly understand the impact, it is helpful to visualize how this development will affect real people on the ground. Consider an individual like Ahmed, a dedicated small business owner in Baghdad whose livelihood depends on importing specialized electronics from China. Prior to the IMF approval, Ahmed frequently encountered major roadblocks, struggling to find international banks willing to reliably process his time-sensitive international payments. This resulted in costly delays and significantly higher overhead expenses. With the new approval now securely in place, Banks are substantially more likely to handle such international transactions efficiently and with lower risk, enabling Ahmed to save money, improve his inventory turnover, and confidently grow his business operations. Similarly, students like Sarah, who are pursuing their education abroad and need to send funds back home to support their families in Iraq, are likely to experience faster, cheaper, and more reliable international money transfers. These seemingly small individual changes have a powerful, positive ripple effect throughout the entire national economy. They collectively improve access to essential global resources, vigorously stimulate trade activity, and create new, tangible opportunities for ordinary citizens to actively participate in a growing and demonstrably stable market. This is the human dimension of profound financial reform, real, measurable benefits that directly improve the lives of everyday people. Beyond the individual impact, the IMF's decision has vast and far-reaching implications for the entirety of Iraq's economy on a macro level. By providing a clear stamp of international legitimacy to Iraq's financial system, the country instantly becomes a more attractive and viable destination for significant foreign investment. Major international companies, looking for opportunities to expand their operations within the Middle East, now have greater confidence in Iraq's economic stability and commitment to reform. This inflow of new capital is highly likely to lead to the creation of thousands of new, sustainable jobs, the funding of crucial infrastructure projects, and the birth of new business opportunities across various sectors over a sustained period. This influx of investment and confidence can significantly accelerate overall economic growth, lead to a substantial improvement in general living standards, and contribute directly to a measurable reduction in national poverty levels. While this transformative process will undoubtedly require years of continued commitment, every deliberate step taken towards greater financial stability is profoundly crucial. The IMF approval provides Iraq with the essential international credibility it needs to confidently attract meaningful global attention and the necessary investment to sustain its development goals. This is a powerful catalyst for long-term change and growth. Another extremely important factor, too, considers the effect on regional stability across the entire Middle East. An economically robust and stable Iraq naturally serves as a powerful anchor for overall security and prosperity in the region. When Iraqi citizens have access to genuine economic opportunities and a clear path to prosperity, they are inherently less susceptible to supporting extremist ideologies or engaging in illicit, destabilizing activities. This positive shift has the potential to encourage neighboring countries to pursue similar, necessary economic reforms, fostering greater regional economic cooperation, interdependence, and a robust increase in trade volume among nations, with its significantly improved financial credibility on the world stage. Iraq is now well positioned to play a much larger and more integrated role within crucial regional supply chains and trade networks, effectively integrating its massive economy with surrounding markets. For astute international investors, this situation instantly creates additional opportunities to benefit from a more interconnected, predictable, and ultimately safer Middle Eastern market ecosystem. The sustained economic progress of Iraq is not just a matter of improving its internal financial metrics. It is fundamentally about creating demonstrably safer, more prosperous, and highly connected communities across the entire, strategically important region. For professional investors, this IMF endorsement serves as a potent signal of measurably reduced risk when dealing with Iraq's burgeoning financial markets. While a few challenges inevitably remain, such as periodic political uncertainty and regional geopolitical tensions, the newly approved framework provides a clear, credible mechanism for ensuring long-term stability and sustained growth. Iraq's vast and largely untapped natural resources, which extend far beyond its primary oil reserves, including significant mineral deposits, strong agricultural potential, and its key strategic geographical location for transit and trade, make it an exceptionally promising market for targeted international investment and development capital. By consistently implementing its required reforms and strictly adhering to the rigorous IMF standards, Iraq is actively strengthening its market appeal, which will gradually increase overall investor confidence. This process will systematically attract necessary capital and stimulate robust economic development in critical sectors that have been neglected and underfunded for many decades. It is paramount for all observers to appreciate that this kind of profound economic transformation is, by its very nature, a gradual multi-year process. The IMF approval does not magically erase all of Iraq's deep-seated, persistent economic challenges overnight. Issues like high unemployment, massive infrastructure deficits, and systemic corruption remain formidable issues requiring sustained, dedicated attention and massive investment. However, the approval serves as a highly effective platform for accelerated progress. It grants the government crucial access to international expertise, essential financing, and direct support for major economic development projects across the country. Over time, this access is expected to lead to the funding of stronger public services, the construction of vastly improved and modern infrastructure, and the creation of significantly better economic opportunities for all ordinary Iraqis. This is not designed to be a short-term, temporary fix. It is a meticulously planned, long-term strategic approach designed to ensure the sustainable growth and financial stability of the nation for generations to come. Monitoring the crucial next steps will be key to accurately gauging Iraq's real-time progress. The IMF has established a schedule of quarterly reviews to systematically evaluate the country's continued and strict adherence to the new approved framework. These reviews will meticulously assess the status of foreign exchange reserves, the operational performance of the banking sector, and the nation's adherence to fiscal discipline standards. Any significant failure to maintain these international standards could directly jeopardize or impact the continuation of essential IMF support. Similarly, ongoing regional political developments and the prevailing security situation will continue to play a significant role in influencing international investor confidence in the short to medium term. For the average Iraqi citizen, the full positive impact of this IMF approval may naturally take time to become fully and widely apparent. Nevertheless, the underlying benefits are genuinely real and meaningful. The introduction of more reliable, globally integrated banking services will reduce transaction costs for everyone, and the increase in foreign investment will slowly but surely improve the general quality of life. Businesses will find it easier to expand their operations, job opportunities will gradually increase across various sectors, and families will see tangible improvements in their long-term economic stability. The positive ripple effect of this powerful international recognition has the potential to reach countless households across the entire nation, fostering a profound sense of hope that Iraq is finally and decisively turning a crucial corner in its national history. For individuals who hold the Iraqi dinar, this significant news provides a powerful yet cautious optimism, primarily because the currency now benefits from much stronger institutional backing and unprecedented international recognition and legitimacy. It is vital to underscore that while the IMF approval is a monumental achievement, it is fundamentally a crucial part of a much larger ongoing journey of national renewal. Iraq must maintain its commitment to the diversification of its economy, continue to invest heavily and strategically in key areas like education and technology, and tirelessly address the deeply ingrained issue of corruption at all levels of government and finance. These sustained and difficult measures are absolutely essential to ensure that the resultant economic growth is both sustainable and inclusive for all segments of the population. By successfully building a more resilient, diversified economy, Iraq can significantly reduce its historical vulnerability to wild oil price fluctuations, external global economic shocks, and domestic political instability. The IMF's backing provides the essential credibility and international scaffolding needed to pursue these ambitious initiatives effectively and confidently. This moment is not just an approval. It is a massive opportunity, a unique chance to lay a strong, lasting foundation for decades of future stability and sustained national prosperity. The approval also profoundly strengthens Iraq's international financial relationships across the globe. Major banks worldwide are now significantly more likely to confidently engage and work with Iraqi financial institutions, which will dramatically facilitate international trade, attract more investment, and improve access to global loans and credit facilities. This vastly improved connectivity allows Iraq to tap into deep global financial markets for major, transformative projects in areas like infrastructure development, healthcare modernization, and education system overhaul. Over time, these cumulative developments have the power to significantly raise the overall standard of living for all citizens and dramatically improve the country's collective economic resilience against future crises. While significant and complex challenges inevitably persist, this IMF endorsement represents an unprecedented and unique opportunity for Iraq to fundamentally reshape its entire financial landscape and forge a new economic identity. Looking back at the historical context, Iraq has endured multiple decades of profound economic uncertainty. From the crippling sanctions of the 1990s to the devastating conflicts of the early 2000s, the Iraqi dinar has faced periods of extreme volatility and instability for most of its recent history. These compounding events severely limited the nation's ability to grow, attract much-needed foreign investment, and provide adequately for its citizens' welfare. The IMF approval now marks a true watershed moment, a powerful signal that Iraq has not only successfully survived decades of existential crisis, but is now firmly positioned for a period of sustained recovery and growth. By diligently meeting international financial standards and implementing necessary, painful reforms, Iraq is confidently stepping into a new era where genuine economic stability and lasting growth are finally within tangible reach. This single moment has the power to fundamentally redefine the country's trajectory for the next generation and beyond. In conclusion, the International Monetary Fund's formal approval of Iraq's dinar exchange rate framework is far more than a technical financial news item. It is a historic and pivotal milestone that will profoundly shape Iraq's future for years to come. From stabilizing the currency's value and attracting robust foreign investment to the potential for creating widespread job opportunities, the potential positive impact is truly immense and transformative. However, it remains absolutely critical to approach this significant news with a balanced perspective of both optimism and informed caution. True economic recovery is a long-term incremental process that demands continued, unwavering reforms, sustained security, and smart, strategic financial planning at the highest levels. For both the Iraqi people and eager international investors, this approval provides a solid, credible foundation for future growth and a unique opportunity to actively participate in the country's compelling comeback story. As this crucial story continues to unfold and develop, we here at the Dinar Daily will remain committed to diligently monitoring all developments and providing you with accurate, timely updates on Iraq's ongoing economic progress. It is important to keep a close watch on the upcoming quarterly IMF reviews, the dinar's performance on the international market, the stability of the vital banking sector, and all relevant regional political developments. These critical factors will determine the speed and effectiveness with which Iraq can successfully capitalize on this historic approval and translate it into tangible, widespread economic growth for all its citizens. For all our loyal viewers, this is a unique opportunity to truly understand the complex dynamics of international finance and how major global decisions directly impact local, everyday economies around the world. By staying well-informed and engaged, you can better navigate the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead in Iraq's compelling economic journey. What are your thoughts on this historic IMF decision? Do you believe it truly marks the decisive beginning of Iraq's long-awaited economic comeback? Share your thoughtful insights and comments below. If you found this update informative and valuable, Please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the Dinar Daily channel for all the latest, most accurate updates on Iraqi dinar news and broader Middle Eastern economic developments. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another important update. Today truly marks a crucial turning point for Iraq, but as we know, the journey is just beginning. Together, let us continue to watch this story unfold and witness Iraq's path from a difficult crisis to a prosperous comeback. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next Dinar Daily Update.